To fulfill my grandfather's dying wish, I didn't hesitate to give up my dream to become a son-in-law in a wealthy family. Unexpectedly, at the annual corporate party, my wife publicly confessed her feelings for her first love. When everyone thought I would continue to endure the humiliation, I struck him directly in front of everyone, then turned and walked away without the slightest hesitation. 3 years later, she saw me on television, tears streaming down her face. I was the true power holder of the conglomerate. Undoubtedly, at the annual party, the most dazzling figure was Lu Ruyan. High education, excellent appearance, and superior capability. Since she took over the Lu Corporation, the company's scale has more than doubled. However, tonight, the person who accompanied her onto the stage was not me, but Lu Haowen, the man widely rumored to be her sugar baby. When the two of them appeared, the party attendees immediately started buzzing. General manager, Lu really doesn't give manager Zhai any face at all. Does she need to give him face? He's a live-in son-in-law of the Lu family, and he dares to speak up. If he dares to make trouble for General Manager Lu, she can completely kick him out of the Lu family at any time. I stood silently on the stage, waiting for Lu Ruyan to approach. Unexpectedly, she hooked her arm around Lu Haowen and stepped up. The brilliant smile on her lips made me momentarily stunned. So she does know how to smile. When she faces me, she always wears an icy, cold expression. The host walked onto the stage with a professional smile. General Manager Lu, today is the Lu Corporation's annual party. Would you like to say a few words? Lu Ruyan gave a light laugh, standing in the center of the stage with Lu Haowen without even glancing at me once. I stood beside them, no different from a lone clown amidst the brilliant lights. The dazzling stage lights shone down, focusing on me at first, then quickly shifting to illuminate the two of them. I stepped forward, intending to say something, but just as I got closer, Lu Ruyan's cold voice rang out. Haowen wanted to come and play today, so I brought him here to broaden his horizons. You don't mind, do you? I clenched my fist tightly. She wore a high-end gown, her entire being radiating an aristocratic aura. Her white neck, like a swan's, was both elegant and graceful. I took a deep breath. The emotions in my heart were incredibly complex, and there was also a sense of fatigue. That year, I agreed to join the Lu family as the son-in-law because of my grandfather's dying wish. Up until now, I had always been patient, always the man standing behind Lu Ruyan, letting her do whatever she wanted. But this time, I'm afraid I cannot continue to follow her wishes anymore. Lu Ruyan held Lu Haowen's hand, preparing to speak. He looked at me, a slight, provocative smirk playing on the corner of his mouth, as if deliberately showing off. I finally couldn't bear it any longer. I raised the microphone and threw it straight down onto the floor. Then, I rushed forward, throwing a punch at Lu Haowen's face. The entire hall immediately descended into chaos. Manager Zhai is finished. He dares to hit General Manager Lu's man right in front of everyone. This time the Lu family will definitely blacklist him. This incident caused the Lu Corporation's annual party to conclude earlier than planned. I was dragged backstage by Lu Ruyan. She stared intently at me, a complicated look in her cold eyes. Are you that jealous? Don't you have any confidence in yourself? She calmly continued. From the moment you entered the Lu family, I told you, as long as you are obedient and listen, no one can replace your position. At this moment, Lu Haowen had walked over without me knowing when. His face was handsome, his skin so fair it almost glowed. Standing next to Lu Ruyan, the two looked exactly like a talented couple. And I, standing opposite them, was no different from a third wheel. As for Haowen, I'm just putting on an act with him. You don't need to care. Lu Ruyan's eyes gently rested on Lu Haowen. Lu Haowen chuckled lightly, his tone full of provocation. Manager Zhai, General Manager Lu, and I truly have nothing going on. You don't need to be so jealous. Don't you have any confidence at all? He deliberately moved closer to Lu Ruyan, even playfully stroking a few strands of her hair, right in front of me. I gave a cold laugh, said nothing more, and turned to leave. Right after that, Lu Ruyan's voice rang out behind me. Shy, I don't want something like today to happen a second time. Starting tomorrow, you are not allowed to go out. Stay home and reflect. Behind me, Lu Haowen burst out laughing. General Manager Lu, your punishment for Manager Shy is truly unique. I paused for a moment, but in the end, I still didn't turn back. I hailed a taxi and gave the destination. As we crossed the bridge over the river, I inadvertently saw brilliant fireworks blooming along the riverbank, stretching for miles. The scene was incredibly magnificent. Those dazzling fireworks made me dizzy, and my heart, like these fireworks, shattered into countless fragments. On the LED screen of the skyscraper by the river, several large words flashed brightly. Haowen, happy birthday, the best person, Haowen. I stared intensely at that screen, my heart filled with emptiness. The driver's voice echoed in my ear. General Manager Lu is truly romantic, organizing such a spectacular fireworks display to celebrate her husband's birthday. Now the whole city knows that General Manager Lu loves her husband. It's truly admirable. I didn't say anything. The driver turned to look at me and smiled. Tell me, isn't that right? Anyone who can be with a woman like General Manager Lu must have accumulated good karma for 3 generations. Even being a live-in husband is worth it. Hearing the driver's admiring tone, I just laughed softly to myself, not knowing how to feel. Right. It truly makes people envious. The driver's voice was still full of emotion. When I got out of the car, I took off the wedding ring on my finger and gave it to him. Driver, I forgot to bring money. Consider this ring as the fare. The driver looked at the ring I handed over, his eyes changing slightly. This ring is too valuable. He hadn't finished his sentence when I interrupted. It's okay. It doesn't matter anymore. Having said that, I turned and walked away. I initially thought this pair of rings would be a testament to the love between Lu Ruyan and me, but now it's nothing more than a chain shackling me. Grandfather, perhaps I will fail to fulfill your dying wish. Just because of one sentence from you, I gave up my own pride. As an outstanding student of the Department of Aerospace Engineering at Tsinghua University, my dream was to participate in the research and development project for the Shenzhou spacecraft. But only because of my grandfather's final instruction before he passed away. Azai, now that I'm gone, Ruyan has no one left to look after her. Her parents passed away early. Will you take care of her for me? I nodded in agreement. Only when he saw me nod did my grandfather close his eyes in peace. Therefore, I gave up my dream, followed his dying wish, and married Lu Ruyan. At that time, the Lu family fiercely opposed it, but thanks to my grandfather's support, she and I still walked down the aisle. At that solemn wedding, Lu Ruyan looked at me with eyes as cold as ice. Shy, I don't love you. Do you still want to marry me? The person I love is someone else. Even though she said that, I married her without the slightest hesitation. I can never forget the year I was 9, when my grandfather brought me home to the Lu family from the orphanage. At that time, I was dressed in rags, standing amidst unfamiliar gazes, both nervous and anxious. It was that 7-year-old girl who stepped forward, took my hand, and smiled brightly. You're the Azai that Grandpa mentioned, right? Let's play with building blocks together. It was she who soothed my insecurity, giving me the first warm feeling upon entering the Lu family. But in the end, I still couldn't step into her heart. I once thought that as long as I dedicated everything to her, she would one day be moved. But it turned out that it was all just a wasted effort. After marrying Lu Ruyan, I abandoned what I had studied, spending 1 or 2 years researching business. When she took over the Lu Corporation, I supported her from scratch, helping her stabilize step by step, gradually making the company grow strong. I poured my whole heart into it, holding nothing back. But all of it still couldn't compare to the person she loved most. Outsiders all thought Lu Haowen was just Lu Ruyan's white moonlight, but I clearly understood that he was her first love, the most beautiful light of her youth. As for Lu Ruyan, she was the most beautiful flower of my youth, the person I once admired, loved, and always wanted to protect. But now, I understand that the time has come to let go. I must leave her to pursue my own dream. After consulting a lawyer, I left behind a divorce agreement. The next day, I placed it on Lu Ruyan's desk along with a stack of documents. She didn't even bother to look at it, just coldly told me to leave the office. I went back home to pack my belongings. It wasn't until I was packing my luggage that I realized how few of my own possessions there were in the house I had lived in for over 10 years. Just one suitcase was enough to take everything. Before leaving, I paused in front of a door. It was the room Lu Ruyan had forbidden me to enter. She once said that no matter what, I was not to open this door. But now, I was about to leave the Lu family home. Carrying a bit of curiosity, I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The room was extremely tidy and clean. The walls were covered with photos, all of them joint pictures of her and Lu Haowen, from middle school to university, from university to graduation, from when Lu Haowen went abroad to study to when the two of them met again. The photos captured every intimate moment between the two of them. Now, I understood why. Whenever work wasn't going smoothly or she was in a bad mood, she always came to this room to be alone. Surely, this was the place that held her most beautiful memories. I couldn't help but let out a bitter laugh. Gently closing the door, I pulled my suitcase and walked away, heading straight to the airport. I submitted my job application to my former professor. When he saw my file, he was extremely surprised and delighted, immediately calling me, "Azai, you're back. That's wonderful. You know, every time I mention you, I feel regretful. You have talent and qualities few people possess." I smiled softly. "Thank you, Professor, for giving me this opportunity. No need for such formalities between us. Right now, we are preparing to develop the Shenzhou 20-man spacecraft project, and we need new people to join. But, you know, this job is highly confidential." I understand. As soon as the plane landed, the professor sent someone to pick me up. My old SIM card could no longer be used, as ordinary phones are easily tracked. The unit issued me a new SIM card. It was just as well, as I also wanted to completely cut ties with the past. After completing the onboarding process, the professor organized a simple welcome party with colleagues from the department. I was truly grateful. The professor told me, "Azai, you've just joined the unit. Many things must be started from scratch. So, I will assign you a junior to help you get acquainted with the work environment and grasp the progress of the work." I nodded. "Yes, thank you, Professor." The professor looked over at the girl standing beside him and said, "Ching Ching, this task is yours." The girl wore a simple dress, her hair tied up in a high ponytail, and she wore thick-rimmed glasses. Her face was bare of makeup, carrying the intellectual elegance of a scholar. She hesitated for a moment and then said softly, "Professor, perhaps I'm not suited for this. I've heard of Senior Brother Zhai's reputation before. He published research papers in top scientific journals a long time ago. How can I possibly guide him?" The professor smiled, patting her shoulder gently. "It's all right. After all, he just returned and is not yet accustomed to the work pace. Just help him familiarize himself gradually." Ching Ching paused, then nodded. "All right." She then looked at me and smiled faintly. "Senior Brother Zhai, my name is Ming Ching Ching." I also smiled in response. "Hello, I'm Zhai Chuan. From now on, I look forward to your guidance." After all, I had been away from this industry for a long time. Now, I must begin again with the mindset of an apprentice. The welcome party ended not too late. Ming Ching Ching led me to familiarize myself with the work environment. She walked and talked. "Senior Brother Zhai, although this place is quite secluded, the scenery is very beautiful." No sooner had she finished speaking than she suddenly ran forward. "Senior Brother, look quickly. The whole sky is ablaze with an evening glow." I looked up. Indeed, the horizon was dyed a brilliant red, as if the entire sky was on fire. The beauty made me momentarily stunned. Is this the romance of those who work in aerospace? Ming Ching Ching seemed very excited to see this sight. I also smiled, quietly letting out a sentence. "It truly is beautiful." Over the years, I had devoted my entire heart to the Lu Corporation, to the point where I never took the time to admire the surrounding scenery. Now, standing before a crimson sky, I suddenly realized how much I had missed. In the following days, I learned the professional knowledge from Ming Qingqing. Although I had been away from the aerospace industry for a while, this field develops daily, not allowing for any delay. I held a notebook, diligently recording the knowledge she explained, always maintaining a humble and studious attitude. Time passed quickly. I felt my life was full of meaning. In addition to work, Ming Qingqing also took me sightseeing and occasionally invited me swimming. It turned out she was much more lively than I had imagined. Gradually, I was also influenced by her positive energy. The shackles that the Liu family had bound me with for so many years were slowly being removed. One day, I proposed a solution to a problem in aerospace research. Everyone spent a week continuously testing and verifying the feasibility of this solution. When it was finally proven that my plan was completely viable, the whole team burst into joy. Everyone hugged each other, and even the professor looked at me and said emotionally, "Azai, I knew you could do it." Ming Qingqing suddenly wrapped her arms around me, her eyes shining brightly. "Senior brother Zhai, I believed you could do it too." We looked at each other. Perhaps realizing something was amiss, Ming Qingqing quickly let go. A flush of rosy red flashed across her face, exactly like the crimson color of the evening glow that day. At the same time, at the Liu family home, Liu Ruyan had just finished an important meeting and returned home, feeling tired. She habitually called my name, "Azai?" But in the empty room, no one answered. Before, as long as she called once, I would definitely appear immediately. She stood up. Only then did she realize that the items belonging to me in the house had all disappeared. Her expression changed slightly, and she hastily searched all over the house, but despite looking through every corner, she still couldn't find any trace of me. The maid saw this and approached to ask, "Miss, are you looking for something? Do you need my help?" Liu Ruyan pretended everything was normal, calmly asking, "Where is Zhai Chuan? Why hasn't he returned today?" The maid hesitated and replied, "Miss, he hasn't been home for a long time. I will immediately go look for him." Liu Ruyan was silent. She knew clearly that I had no relatives outside. That year, I was a child her grandfather brought back from the orphanage, with no one to rely on. The Liu family home was the only place I could return to. She forced a confident smile. "No need to look. Where can he go after leaving me? Just let him be. When he encounters difficulties out there, he will automatically come back." She instructed, "When Zhai Chuan returns, inform me immediately. I want to see his distressed state with my own eyes." After saying that, she turned and walked into the study, continuing to deal with work. Since I left, she had to handle many things herself. She had tried delegating to her subordinates, but no one could satisfy her. Flipping through document after document, my image gradually surfaced in her mind, until she saw the divorce agreement I had left behind. At that very moment, her expression completely changed. "Zhai Chuan, on what grounds do you demand a divorce from me?" I left for nearly 3 years. Over those 3 years, Liu Ruyan called me countless times, even though the line always reported number does not exist. Liu Haowen pushed the door open and walked into Liu Ruyan's office. Seeing her leaning back on the sofa, her expression utterly exhausted. He walked over, intending to gently rub her temples to help her, but Liu Ruyan instinctively flinched away. This action caused Liu Haowen's expression to darken, because before, no matter what he did, she had never refused. "Ruyan, are you still looking for Zhai Chuan? He left without a word that year. That proves he never cared about you. Why are you so determined to find him? Maybe he's already dead out there." His voice lowered, and the undisguised disgust in his eyes when mentioning me flashed clearly. He thought that as soon as I left, Liu Ruyan would completely belong to him. However, over the past 3 years, she had become increasingly distant from him. Suddenly, a resounding slap landed directly on Liu Haowen's face. Liu Ruyan's expression was cold, but her voice was incredibly firm. "I forbid you to curse Azai. Even if he really is dead, I will definitely find him." Liu Haowen held his cheek, unable to believe what he had just heard. "Ruyan, did you hit me for Zhai Chuan?" Liu Ruyan merely gave him a cold look and said indifferently, "If you have nothing to do, don't come to my company anymore." 3 years later, the aerospace project I participated in was successfully completed. I was granted 3 months of leave to go home, but I had long since had no home to return to. Over the past 3 years, my memories of the Liu family and the feelings I had for Liu Ruyan have been worn away by time, little by little. Even so, I still wanted to go back and visit my grandfather. After all, he raised me for so many years. Senior Brother Zhai, I heard your home is in Haicheng, right? What a coincidence. Mine is there too. Why don't we go back together? It's less boring to have company on the way. Ming Qingqing blinked her clear eyes, smiling brightly at me. Over the past 3 years, we had worked together almost every day. Her optimism and positive energy have greatly influenced me. Looking at her smile, I subconsciously smiled back. All right, Ming Qingqing and I returned to Haicheng together. Her parents had been waiting at the airport very early. "Mom, Dad, I missed you so much." Ming Qingqing happily rushed into her parents' arms. Their family reunion in the warm atmosphere couldn't help but make me feel a little envious. Afterward, she introduced me to her parents. Her eyes, when looking at me, held admiration and a trace of emotion I couldn't quite decipher. "Mom, Dad, this is Senior Brother Zhai, the one I told you about." Ming Qingqing's parents observed me for a moment, then nodded in praise. "Indeed, very distinguished and handsome." I politely responded, "Hello, Aunt and Uncle." I originally intended to say goodbye to them and leave, but Ming Qingqing suddenly spoke up. "Senior Brother Zhai, come to my house for dinner tonight. After all, you'll be alone when you get home." I had previously told her that I was an orphan. Returning this time, I didn't even have a place to stay yet. I hesitated. "Maybe another time. I don't want to trouble your family." Ming Qingqing immediately took my arm and smiled brightly. "Why wait for another time? Let's do it today. I'll tell you, my mom is a great cook." Given her and her parents' enthusiasm, I couldn't refuse any longer and reluctantly nodded in agreement. In the evening, Madame Ming prepared a table full of delicious food. Seeing that I seemed a bit shy, Ming Qingqing continuously put food onto my plate. "Senior Brother Zhai, hurry up and taste it to see if it's delicious." I took a bite, then praised it sincerely. "It's delicious. Your cooking is even better than a 5-star hotel chef's." Madame Ming smiled radiantly. "If it's good, eat a lot. Just treat this like your own home. Don't be shy." After dinner, Ming Qingqing told me, "Senior Brother, my mom has prepared a room for you. Just stay here tonight. It'll save you the trouble of finding a hotel." Ultimately, I couldn't resist her enthusiasm and agreed to stay. The next morning, I planned to go to the cemetery to visit my grandfather. Unexpectedly, Ming Qingqing had woken up early, having already bought fresh flowers and fruits for the offering. She smiled at me. "Senior Brother Zhai, I'll go with you." A strange emotion welled up inside me. I nodded softly. All right. The sky was clear blue, and the wind was gently sighing. Standing before my grandfather's grave, my nose stung, and I almost couldn't hold back my tears. "Grandfather, I'm home to visit you." Ming Qingqing smiled and bowed before the tombstone. "Hello, grandfather." I carefully placed the flowers and fruit before my grandfather's tombstone, then sat down and talked to him for a long time. Memories of the days I spent with him gradually emerged in my mind, causing my tears to fall uncontrollably. Ming Qingqing handed me a tissue, then turned to the tombstone and said softly, "Grandfather, don't worry. I will take good care of Senior Brother Zhai for you." That sentence hit my heart like a sudden arrow. I stared blankly at Ming Qingqing, my tears flowing even more intensely. She gently took my hand, her clear eyes looking straight into mine. "Senior Brother Zhai, from now on, I will be your family, okay?" Her warm palm gradually melted my heart, which had been cold for so long. I wiped my tears, squeezing her hand tightly. "Grandfather, I'm sorry. I once wanted to take good care of Rian, but she no longer needs me." I lowered my head, as if saying a belated apology to my grandfather. but I believed he would understand and forgive me. After staying a little longer, I took Ming Qingqing's hand and left. Just as we got into the car, a car stopped right next to ours. As Ming Qingqing drove away, I accidentally looked into the rearview mirror and saw Lu Rian step out of that car. But she did not see me. Ming Qingqing also noticed the woman who had just gotten out of the car and curiously asked, "Is that your ex-wife, Lu Ruyan?" I had no reaction whatsoever. Time truly is the cure for everything. It can erase wounds, making everything fade away. I turned my head to look at Ming Qingqing. Hesitating before speaking, "Was what you said earlier about wanting to be my family true?" "Of course not," she replied casually without thinking. Her words hit me like a splash of cold water. But before I could even feel disappointed, Ming Qingqing squeezed my hand, looked at me seriously, and said, "Senior brother Zhai, I don't just want to be your family. I also want to become your future wife. Will you agree to be with me?" Her sudden confession made my heart pound erratically. Even when facing Lu Rian before, I had never felt my heart beat so strongly. Perhaps the affection I held for Lu Rian all along was merely gratitude toward my grandfather. I smiled faintly in response. "I wanted to, but will your parents accept someone like me? An orphan with nothing in hand?" Ming Qingqing suddenly slammed on the brakes, her face overflowing with joy. "My parents really like you, and I like you even more." Saying that, she happily pecked me on the cheek like a little bird. My face instantly flushed red. I looked at her, hesitated for a moment, then proactively lifted her face and kissed her on the lips. Returning home, Ming Qingqing immediately announced our relationship to her parents. But they didn't seem surprised at all. Madame Ming smiled brightly and said, "From now on, our family has one more son." During the days I spent at Ming Qingqing's house, I felt a warmth I had never experienced before. Her parents were very good to me. I gradually came to regard them as my own parents. A week later, Ming Qingqing suddenly told me, "Mom and Dad want to take us to a charity gala." It was only then that I learned the Ming family was one of the leading enterprises in Haicheng. Only her parents always lived modestly and disliked showing off. Ming Qingqing was originally the heiress, but due to her passion for scientific research, she chose this path after graduating from university. That evening, I held Ming Qingqing's hand and appeared at the charity gala. Her elegant yet sophisticated appearance quickly attracted the attention of many people. Ming Qingqing was already beautiful even without makeup, but today, with subtle makeup, she looked like a fairy stepping out of a painting. Soon, someone recognized me. "Isn't that Zhai Chuan, the former live-in son-in-law of the Lu family? Why is he with another girl?" I heard that 3 years ago, the eldest daughter of the Lu family brazenly brought her first love right in front of him, and then Zhai Chuan vanished without a trace. But the girl next to him is very beautiful, too. She's no less attractive than Lu Ruyan. She's the daughter of the chairman of the Ning Corporation, Ming Qingqing. As everyone was gossiping, a familiar figure suddenly appeared in front of me. When our eyes met, the woman in front of me immediately grew teary-eyed. Seeing me holding Ming Qingqing's hand, she couldn't help but rush over and push my hand away. "Zhai Chuan, it's been 3 years. You're angry enough, right? Come home with me. Let's pretend everything that happened 3 years ago never did." I looked at Lu Ruyan with cold eyes, my voice devoid of any emotion. "Miss Lu, perhaps you have forgotten. 3 years ago we got divorced." Her expression instantly changed, and her voice became agitated. "I never agreed to the divorce. You tricked me into signing the divorce papers." The people around who were already eavesdropping now crowded in even more. Truly, this situation was ridiculous. 3 years ago, right in front of so many people, Lu Ruyan trampled on my self-respect, causing me to lose all my dignity. Now, what is the meaning of her playing the role of a pathetic woman in front of me? Seeing that I was still indifferent, Lu Ruyan spoke again. "I have completely cut ties with Lu Haowen." I replied coldly, "That's your business. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't want to become a laughingstock for others like 3 years ago. Therefore, I took Ming Qingqing's hand, intending to leave. Lu Ruyan was stunned for a moment, but quickly chased after me, gripping me tightly. Zhai Chuan, don't go! She didn't care about Ming Qingqing hugging me tightly just like that. Before, even in front of my grandfather, she had never proactively hugged me, even just for show. I intended to push her away, but Ming Qingqing was quicker. She spoke up coldly. Miss Lu, could you maintain some respect? Zhai Chuan is my boyfriend now. Don't you think it's a bit too much for you to hug my boyfriend right in front of me? Lu Ruyan looked at Ming Qingqing, her eyes full of mockery. Zhai Chuan is my husband. Do you think he's with you out of affection? He's just trying to provoke me. Perhaps she still thought I was like before, always loving her, unable to leave her. But everything had changed. I was no longer the Zhai Chuan of the past. I held Ming Qingqing's hand tightly, my voice firm. Miss Lu, I will repeat it one more time. We are divorced. My current girlfriend is Qingqing. I hope you will respect her. I don't want anyone to separate us anymore. Lu Ruyan looked at me, her eyes confused and filled with loss. Zhai Chuan, do you truly not love me anymore? Her eyes instantly became hollow, as if she had just lost something incredibly important. I looked straight at her, my tone indifferent but decisive. I don't love you anymore. I hope you will stop bothering us in the future. I pulled Ming Qingqing away from the party. As soon as we arrived home, Ming Qingqing rushed into my arms, seeming unhappy. Perhaps Lu Ruyan's presence had affected her. I embraced her, gently comforting her. The matter between Lu Ruyan and me is in the past. From now on, in my life, there is only you, Ming Qingqing. She looked up at me, still with a bit of insecurity in her eyes. Zhai Chuan, have you truly let go of her? I'm afraid that one day you will soften and go back to her. After all, you two have been together since childhood, longer than me. I gently lifted her face, speaking earnestly. I am very clear that the person I love now is you, Ming Qingqing. Ming Qingqing said nothing more. I gently hugged her, kissing her forehead. Let's get married. The next day, I secretly went out to buy a ring, then covertly arranged a proposal. In the evening, I brought Ming Qingqing to the prepared location. She had no idea what awaited her, thinking only that I was taking her for a stroll. Tonight's sky was full of stars, as if they were blessing me. Ahead, brilliant bursts of fireworks exploded in the sky. Ming Qingqing excitedly pulled my hand. Senior brother, someone is setting off fireworks up ahead. Let's go over and watch. I held her hand and walked to the empty field where the fireworks were exploding in the sky. Many people had already gathered around. Not long after, the fireworks in the sky suddenly arranged themselves into the words, Ming Qingqing, will you marry me? Ming Qingqing froze, covering her mouth with both hands, her eyes, which were originally shining with joy, now sparkling with tears. She turned to look at me, her voice trembling. Is this the surprise you prepared for me? I took out the ring I had prepared beforehand and knelt on one knee in front of her. Qingqing, do you know, in my eyes, you are the brilliant fireworks in the sky. You have illuminated and warmed my life. I'm not good at saying flowery words, but my love for you is sincere. Qingqing, I want to be your lover and your family for the rest of my life. Will you marry me? As soon as I finished speaking, Ming Qingqing's tears began to fall. The surrounding people also started cheering. Say yes. Say yes. She took a deep breath and nodded emphatically. I do. She extended her hand for me to gently slide the ring onto her ring finger. In that moment, I felt like the happiest man in the world. Although I was an orphan, I had now found the greatest love of my life. I secretly promised myself, I will treat you well for the rest of my life. Admiration echoed all around. Oh my God, that's so romantic. I want a proposal like that too. All the romantic men are already taken. Unexpectedly, my proposal video was recorded by someone and posted online. In just one day, the views surpassed millions. Ming Qingqing leaned her head on my shoulder, laughing softly. Senior brother, have we become the protagonists of a fairy tale? Looking at me kneeling to propose, Ming Qingqing said expectantly, I want to keep this moment. When we get old and our limbs are no longer agile, we can open it up and watch it again. But by then, maybe my teeth will have all fallen out. Will you hate me for becoming an ugly old woman? I burst out laughing, looking at her tenderly. Silly girl. By then, won't I also have become an old man? Half of my leave quickly passed. Father Ming and Mother Ming had begun preparing the wedding for us. It would be a lavish wedding with many important guests, including Lu Ruyan. On the wedding day, Lu Ruyan wore a simple white dress, her hair tied up, with only light makeup on her face. Seeing her, I couldn't help but recall my university years. Back then, she was a vibrant young woman, the prominent beauty of the school. But now, the dazzling light was no longer in her eyes. I smiled and said to her, Miss Lu, thank you for coming to my and Qingqing's wedding. I am truly happy to receive your blessings. Lu Ruyan looked at me, then at Ming Qingqing, and then spoke. Can I talk to you privately for a moment? I intended to refuse, but Ming Qingqing whispered softly in my ear, Go on. The two of you should have a talk to end everything. I hesitated for a moment, and then followed Lu Ruyan to the hallway. Without waiting for me to speak, she suddenly rushed forward and hugged me tightly. Don't push me away. After today, you will be someone else's husband. I know we can't go back. Just let me hold you one last time. Okay? She hugged me tightly, but I pushed her away without hesitation. Miss Lu, don't be like this. If my wife sees it, she will be unhappy. Lu Ruyan was stunned, her eyes immediately welling up with tears, her expression weak like a weeping flower, looking incredibly pitiful. I had known her for many years, but rarely saw her cry like this. If it were before, I would definitely rush to comfort her, trying every way to coax her. But now, I felt no emotion whatsoever. Lu Ruyan choked out. Zhai Chuan, didn't you promise Grandpa you would take care of me forever? Are you heartless enough to abandon me alone? I took a deep breath, looking straight into her eyes. You were the one who pushed me away. You didn't need me, so why should I hold on? She shook her head repeatedly, tears falling drop by drop. I was wrong. I was truly wrong. I was too stupid. Only after you left did I realize how important you were to me. We've been together for so many years. Do you truly have no feelings left for me at all? I answered decisively. Now, I only love my wife, and in the future, I will only love her. After saying that, I turned and walked away without the slightest hesitation. During the wedding ceremony, I placed the wedding ring on Ming Qingqing's hand. Amidst the cheers of the guests, I leaned down and kissed her. Ming Qingqing looked at me happily, teasing, Zhai Chuan, from now on you are mine. Don't even think about running away. I smiled back with a sincere reply. Qingqing, you are my entire remaining life. The vacation quickly came to an end. Ming Qingqing and I prepared to return to work. Father Ming drove us to the airport, reluctant to part with his daughter. He asked, Qingqing, have you really not considered taking over the company? She laughed softly. Dad, let's think about that in a few years. I have no intention of doing so right now. Father Ming sighed. All right then. Before entering the waiting lounge, Father Ming suddenly pulled me aside and whispered, Zhai Chuan, you and Qingqing should have a baby soon. With a baby, she will surely be willing to return. I was confused. That doesn't seem right. We haven't thought about having children yet. We just got married. We want to enjoy some time as a couple first. Father Ming chuckled, patting my shoulder. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's just decide on that. I could only manage a forced smile, treating it as a perfunctory agreement. Sitting in the airport waiting lounge, my eyes unintentionally swept across the large screen. Lu Ruyan's face appeared on it. She was participating in an interview. Below, there was a large title, Miss Lu, your ex-husband has married someone else. What are your thoughts? What are your plans for the future? The reporter held the microphone toward Lu Ruyan and posed the question. She smiled faintly, her voice calm. Perhaps I won't get married again in this lifetime. The reporter was astonished. Why is that? Is it because you still hold a memory of your ex-husband in your heart. If you loved him so much, why did you let him leave that year and even divorce him? Lu Ruyan fell silent for a few seconds, then said softly, because at that time I didn't clearly see my own heart. By the time I realized it, it was already too late. Regardless, I still wish him happiness. As soon as she finished speaking, a familiar voice rang out in my ear. Shai Chuan, it's time for us to go through security. I turned to look at Ming Qingqing, squeezed her hand, and replied with a smile. Okay, let's go. We stood up, hand in hand, and left the waiting lounge. On the plane, Ming Qingqing suddenly asked me, "What did my dad say to you just now?" I leaned close to her ear, teasing softly. He told us to have a baby soon so you'd have a reason to return home sooner. Ming Qingqing's face instantly turned bright red. She glared at me. Do you think so too? I chuckled, lightly, gently taking her hand. I respect your choice. I knew Ming Qingqing chose to stay in scientific research because of me, because I love this job. She was supporting me in her own way. And now, I had completely shed the burdens of the past, doing the job I love with the person I love, stepping together toward a brighter future.